Well, hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Mystic Law Tarot. I'm Lauren. We are doing a mind, body, and spirit for you reading today to see what your soul, your body, and your mind might be asking you for. Maybe you've been working a little too hard, but there's your mind, body. Oh, we're going with that here. And your soul, Scorpio. Okay, this is actually really awesome. Okay, so for your mind right now, you've got the Tower, but in reverse. So you're potentially trying to build things back up after a tower moment happened, meaning there was a faulty foundation of some sort, and after it has gone down, the tower in reverse would represent rebuilding. So that's very much on your mind. Um, your body, we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is also very great. Speaking of rebuilding a steady foundation, the Nine of Pentacles is, you know, complete independence, understanding that you can bring whatever you desire into your world. Pentacles represent financial abundance, but really just anything in our natural environment. This can be a new look for you. This could be feeling pretty good about your physical body. But also, this could just represent that you're, you know, maybe doing a lot of physical labor to build up your, to turn this frown upside down. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not, but the Nine of Pentacles is a very strong, consistent, determined energy. So there's something you're working really hard on in your immediate environment. And then your spirit, we have the I can count, Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles can be representative of maybe not sure what to choose. So spiritually, you could have a lot of different ideas. You could be thinking of a lot of different life paths. So even though you're working pretty hard on your foundation physically, um, there's a lot that you're exploring mentally when it comes to your spirituality. Let's take a look. What is this Tower in reverse? Ooh, the Hierophant. The Hierophant represents a teacher, a leader, someone who is not afraid of doing what it takes to get things done in the correct way. It's like building with integrity. So after going through that tower, whatever that was, whatever crumbled, has maybe made you a bit stronger, and has allowed you to see the future as in what you need to do to get there. What is this? I don't know, some kind of ruminant, or maybe a reindeer. But these creatures are very majestic, but they also tend to know their way without a whole lot of direction. And looks like you hold the keys to, again, your future as well. What about this Nine of Pentacles in the physical body? Whoa. So the King of Pentacles came out. So you are really working hard on building the most stable, steady foundation, and you are not afraid to fight for it. This bear here, I mean, bears in general, you don't really want to mess with, but so there's that aspect of this bear, is that bear is really tough and resilient, and kind of has a destiny in mind, let's say. Like you know what your future will look like, and you're not changing your opinion or your view for any reason, because you see how this bear is up on top of the rock. You have the perception of all angles, and having this in your body position just means that you are, it's really turning up this hard work energy. So maybe after you are, building this whatever this stable foundation is, so that you can feel comfortable in maybe your home, or maybe you're reaching like a body goal, like maybe you wanted to be able to lift a certain amount of weight, or maybe, yeah, all I can think of is bodybuilding for some reason. So yeah, some kind of physical labor, but it is for the success of the future and the stability of your life, but most likely also friends and family as well. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles in the Spirit for Scorpio. What is that? Seven. The Justice card. The Justice card represents, fairness. Um, but also with this one, I always notice the what appears to be, a single sword down beneath, um, representing the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is all about truly understanding how you think about something. The swords are representing of air, but also just thoughts and intellect. Um, so the Justice card here is about balance with integrity, meaning balance in the absolutely most fair way. So if you've got this, yeah, and on the bottom of the deck we have the King of Swords. Speaking of, the King of Swords is a character that also wields kind of a justice vibe, but just like, I'm not going to change my perception unless you have valid information for me. You're a very honest, just person. Um, so it's likely that with all of these different options that you've been exploring, or maybe you feel like you're finally starting to see exactly what your spirituality, or what your maybe what your intuition is trying to tell you. But it seems like because this is also something, another reader, I think Minopon Tarot, yeah, Chris, he says this is also kind of being spoiled for choice, because these are all different options. So having the Justice card come out with it as well, it says to me that you're making a choice, and you're able to kind of stand in that choice confidently. Okay. What does Scorpio need to know about their current situation? Any advice for Scorpions? That's quite a few, but let's take them. We have the Six of Cups, so you could be potentially working with someone or something that is you have a lot of nostalgia with. The Six of Cups can be about a person that you have had in your life previously, and you're just thinking fondly of memories, shared memories. Interesting too. I just noticed that if you look on this card, the bottom, the bottom four cups make me think of the Four of Cups card, which represents being apathetic and just really not happy with any sort of option. And then up here we have the Two of Cups, which if you're familiar with the Two of Cups, represents emotional harmony. It doesn't have to be love necessarily. It's an equal give, and it's an equal exchange on an emotional level with something that you both feel the same about. So it's very interesting. The Six of Cups representing, past feelings, looking back on past relationships with love in your heart. But it's also possible that if this was a past person, this person coming back from the past may have taken you from this Four of Cups energy, being apathetic and just like, man, I don't really care about anything, kind of being emotionally unavailable, to wanting to exchange love with another, or, just being open to exploring others, and not being super terrified that it's gonna blow up in your face. And then we have the Six of Wands. This is a really great card. This is about celebration, seeing the hard work that you've been doing. The flowers at the top are representative of like maybe sort of a harvest. Um, but this is with passion and will and desire. And we have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is representing, action, but not too, not in a huge rush, but very much using every single ounce of your abilities to go towards whatever this knight is rushing towards. Because if you look at the, I don't know the different types of rabbits, but this one is, I mean, just completely not even touching the ground. They're in like a flow state. They are, if you're not familiar with the flow state, it's when you just kind of, you're able to go forward in the perfect direction that you want to go, because if you've got any like inner negative self-talk, that kind of shuts off during that time of flow. And it's just amazing because you're just able to breathe and just do what you got to do, and it's not, flow state doesn't come on very easily sometimes. And when it does, it typically requires all of our effort, but it comes by easily. So if you notice how this bunny is like off the ground and running probably pretty fast or like almost full speed, but this is a natural thing for this creature to do. They have that ability innately within them. So it seems like what you're working towards feels so right. Like there's no denying how natural it is to move towards whatever this is. And then the Knight of Pentacles. This card represents slow and steady. This is a card about consistency and being dependable. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight in the deck, but that's not a bad thing because, again, consistency and persistence is key. We can be geniuses, but if we are not persistent in our efforts to create what we want to create with whatever talent we have, it doesn't matter. So this is a very, very good quality to possess, but this is also potentially someone around you in your life that is maybe helping you work towards something, or you're finding just more stability where maybe you hadn't before. That's awesome. What is Scorpio's goal overall? Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. So the Temperance card and the Hermit card in reverse. So your goal here is to truly find balance within your conscious and subconscious. That way you are able to apply those balanced routines to your daily life. It's also possible that you are dealing with a Sagittarius, and you may have been separated for a little while, or you or they could have been spending time looking at things in a different perspective to better balance the situation, and to better balance, this person's life, because being in a balanced state is really the only way that we can grow. And the white flowers are actually representative of masculine energy. So and don't pay attention to genders. We all have amounts of, feminine and masculine energies within us. But this is just about finding exactly what balances you after really taking some time to look at your world from a different perspective. The Hermit also, I think I call this the Hangman. Interesting. The Hermit does represent kind of like solitude, but the purpose for said solitude is to learn and to, that also gives us a different perspective on a lot of things, more information. The Hermit is about self-reflection. This could also be shadow work. If you're familiar with Carl Jung, he coined that term, or phrase, whatever, shadow work. It's when you kind of go, ooh, this is interesting. It's kind of when you go to the deep, dark depths of your soul to find the scary points of you that have not been discovered yet, because you understand that those things deep within you that you might not know very clearly what they are or where they stem from, you realize that it keeps you in a negative mind state, or you're recognizing the weight of those things that you might not have looked at before. So, since it came out in reverse, I'm thinking that you have spent a lot of time looking inside and balancing and tempering whatever had kind of made you low. Octopi can sometimes live, the very, very, very bottom of the ocean. And again, that's kind of what made me think of the emotional aspect and diving deep into your own psyche, because this creature is beautiful, by the way, but also just deep in the water, deep within themselves. And with all of the tentacles, it's kind of feeling around for the things that it needs. So you've spent a lot of time already doing that. So your goal here is to really become balanced, potentially with a Sagittarius, and there's other signs here too. Like the Hermit card is Virgo. You could be dealing with a Virgo. Justice is Libra, I think, but don't pay attention to the signs. It just popped into my head. What are they growing? What is Scorpio growing? What's this Temperance card about? The Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups represents an overflowing heart. Just your heart being so full that you can't necessarily stop yourself from just being happy and pouring into all of the things that you want to. It's quite possible that, with this tower moment that we had in the past, it's still on your mind, but this is your goal here, or you're trying to get here. The Ace of Cups is like, imagine the deepest love, the most pure form of love that you can possibly imagine. Your goal is to, go from a state of being very much inward, which is good. Self-care is great, but sometimes we can get stuck in this healing journey when it's okay to come out, and experience life again after, going through such a tough time. But you're ready to pour into someone else's cup. That's great. What is this Ace of Cups for our Scorpio? The Nine of Cups. So whatever, this is big. So the Ace of Cups is, again, is like the most pure form of love that you can imagine. That can be just something that lights you up inside. That can be a partner. That can be a job that just makes you so happy because you're able to create what you love. Whatever you value, you might be able now to create those things in your environment. The Nine of Cups is all about wish fulfillment. This is everything that you want. And with the Ace coming together, because this is very much an independent energy. This is not, the Nine of Cups is typically about what you want and only what you want, like what makes you happy inside. So with this Ace of Cups making a 10 is complete emotional fulfillment. It's with your friends, your family, your job, your neighbors. Like everything is just so emotionally balanced when it comes to these two. So you're getting out of a period of time where you really had to protect yourself and protect your domain, so to speak. Whatever, maybe something happened in the past that just completely turned your world upside down, and you felt I don't want to say violated in a literal sense, but you felt like you really needed to work hard, like bust your ass to get back to feeling more yourself, you know? Um, because with your spirit kind of not certain, on the options you want to take, or maybe you feel like you're paying attention to the wrong thing and you should be looking elsewhere. Um, this doesn't speak about confidence very much. So whatever shook you here wasn't very long lasting, because even with that Seven of Pentacles coming out in your spirituality section, the Justice card, the Justice card is also about trusting your intuition and knowing when you are right, when you feel right inside, and it doesn't go with what maybe someone else is saying. What's balanced about trusting yourself is that you are not allowing weight from an outside anything to weigh in on what you already know, if that makes any sense. So your confidence really seems like it's coming back. You've been able to balance a lot. Tempering is not easy. Growing these flowers is actually quite difficult. And even though you've been in hermit mode and thinking about things and kind of doing your own thing for a while, you've got your hands in all sorts of pies. So you've gained quite a bit of knowledge, and I don't think people really understand how much you have learned and how far of a reach that you truly have. So that's great. I think you're doing a fantastic job. I mean, the tower isn't something that's like, let me think here. The tower is like the loss of a job, a complete switch within your family dynamic. It can be a divorce. It can be just a shocking, sudden realization about something you thought was once stable, steady, secure. And because it wasn't, it did in fact erupt. It did in fact crumble. But from that, you have been able to understand how solid you are. The Hierophant they don't show any fear necessarily. They aren't, because they have so much knowledge from whatever this situation was. You learned a lot. You've gained so much wisdom, and the wisdom that you've gained throughout this entire experience, maybe this was like, I don't know, 9 months to a year, with the Hermit card is number 9. So that's kind of where I was getting that. But something had something shook you, causing this tower moment. You've learned so much because you've taken the time to go deep and figure out what still was imbalanced within you. Because overall, you understand that you are the king of your domain, and that nobody can take that away from you. Like, this tower moment happened and things changed, but you didn't. So that's really great. I'm super proud of you. This isn't an easy path. Let's see if we can get any guidance from our Crystal Visions Tarot for you, Scorpio, and then we'll end with an oracle card. What is one piece of information that our Scorpios can use moving forward for their best and highest good? The Tower in reverse. So even though this Tower is in reverse, it's possible that you're still feeling very shaken from it, But your advice here, Scorpio, is to understand that whatever chaos that has ensued is still going on. This may turn your physical world upside down, but again, it's in your mind position. So even though this shook you to your core in your physical realm, there's none of this can devalue you or cause you to take a step back. Like, this isn't a step back. This is forward. This is forward movement. Because what do you do when something crumbles? You build it back up again. So continue focusing on the fact that what's past is past. Terrible, painful, shitty past. But you're not in this energy anymore. So just remember that although things were very difficult for you, you've truly been able to turn the worst possible situation into something that's very, very, very beautiful. You know, with the Temperance card and the Ace of Cups. This is just your heart overflowing. And whatever this is for you, can be, you can distract yourself from going towards your Ace of Cups if you're still in this Tower mindset. So just keep that in mind. You're safe now. Okay. Let's get one more, Scorpio. Four of Pentacles. Yeah, you don't have to hold on to the feelings that Tower situation brought on for you. The Four of Pentacles is about like frugality, but also, if you notice how this person is off of the ground in the tree, scared like a kitty, holding on for dear life, these pentacles. And it can be about holding on too tightly to what you think is, going to be your savior, or you're holding on to fear because you feel like it's going to protect you. That's it. Yeah. Let's see. What's an empowering message we can get for our Scorpios here? How can we empower them? Let's empower that Scorpio. Whoa. Okay, we've got the Seven of Swords in reverse, the World, the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, and what was this? The Emperor. Oh, wow. Okay, so the Emperor is a boss energy. Boss not as in like someone who helps you manage things at work. Boss as in like, you know what you're doing. You're very strong. Like, don't fuck with me energy. I know exactly what I'm doing. I know where I'm going. Get out of my way or you will be crushed. Paired with the Nine of Cups, you are absolutely driven to go towards whatever your wish fulfillment is. Under this full moon, you can clearly see that any fears you might have had in the past are now illuminated by the love that you feel in whatever this is. That's such a beautiful card. And then with the World, this is about an ending. The World is about culmination. Culmination of, the World is the very end. If you're familiar with tarot, the Fool card is to represent us. And each major arcana is a level or not a level, just something in the human experience. And the World card is at the very end. So you're very aware of what is ending or coming to a close or finally coming together after really feeling like, if the Seven of Swords is about, can be about deceit. So you're finally seeing the truth about maybe where your life is actually headed. It's quite possible too that someone who really messed with you by way of deceit, deception, just someone who maybe caused that Tower moment in your life, it seems like they're finally gone. Something has finished to where you feel complete. You feel, we're always going to be evolving and growing and changing and learning and loving, but this is a very, you understand that the transformations that you've gone through, which are the butterflies in her hands, are what will drive you forward in your experience in the world with a sense of completeness and you've integrated all of the lessons that you've taken from this situation and realized just how big this is for you. You know, this is a major cycle closing for you, and you are very much for it. The Emperor don't play around. And this World card, this ending, is allowing you to go towards what your Nine of Cups is, this wish fulfillment, this Ace of Cups. Yeah, you're coming in hot for somebody. All right, wait, what's this Nine of Cups about for Scorpio? I'm really nosy. Nine of Cups. The Nine of Swords. Yeah, the Nine of Swords is a very, very tough card. Tough meaning sadness, regret, depression, just feeling like you're in pain all the time. Something is always on your mind, kind of plaguing you, which can bring you down quite often, you know. So this coming out with the Nine of Cups is saying that after feeling like such crap for such a long time, you've just had enough. You know, you're like, okay, time to change things because this is what I actually want. So it's quite possible that, okay, yeah, that makes sense. So you're putting an ending to this, like I said, this really, this hard era where you dealt with a lying, cheating, whoever. You know, someone who maybe not ghosted, someone who like narcissistic tendencies. I don't like, you know, that has to be a diagnosis, and I'm not trying to throw that word around, but it's just about lying and them putting themselves first. And again, that can show up in narcissistic tendencies by gaslighting or, you know, kind of, I wanted to say love bombing, but I don't know where that came from. But yeah, this person is no more. Bye. And that is putting an end to this horrible energy also. Bye. Because truthfully, what do we want? What do we want? And we want it now. And this is very much within your grasp. And with the Emperor energy out here, you are bossing up to it. So let's get one more card here from our Lonely Souls, Journey of a Lonely Soul Oracle card, to see what can guide you forward. Ooh, Reflections of Artifice. Kind of goes along with the theme of continuing to keep the tower falling. You know, what this ending in your mind kind of distorting your view of some things. But let's see what it says. And thank you for being here, by the way. Remember to only take what rings true and smash that like button if you haven't already. Or as my High Priestess Healing Tarot fam likes to say, kiss me on the like button. I like that. Okay, they hold up a twisted reflection before her, demanding that she see herself within. But though their iron gaze bores deeply into her spirit, she sees that they hold nothing that she desires. There are many who can find only comfort among others who seem to be exactly the same. They believe that they have attained perfection and disdain any who differ from their design. Kind of sounds like, you know, toxic partners, people who want to shape us into their ideal. But they have deluded themselves with this foolish notion that there is only one path to paradise. Seek instead those who are unlike you. New stories will enrich your ears, new customs will delight your senses, and new skills will be awakened. Explore the pleasures of variation and experiment with new ways of being. This will teach you who you truly are, the soul that lies hidden beneath the surface of your reflection. It can be painful to break free from the throng that you have always known. Jealousy may poison their words as they attempt to dissuade you, but the true loving circle of souls who support your journey will adorn you only with blessings and words of encouragement. They will celebrate all of the parts that you bring they will celebrate all the parts of you that bring you joy, no matter how those parts differ from their own. Ask yourself, what have I never allowed myself to try? What routines do not serve me anymore? And what I love about this card too is that not only is this saying, like, make sure you look into like times where people were trying to dissuade you from things, or keep you in the same, like, just kind of keep you in a box. And oh, that's where I was going. Sorry. But the true loving circle of souls who support your journey will adorn you only with blessings and words of encouragement. Let people show you who they are. If people in your life don't support the things that light you up, why would you want to keep that person in your life? If they don't support what makes you happy, or they try to persuade you a different way, that's very counterproductive to your well-being. You are on this earth to make sure you are happy, healthy, vibrant, put on your oxygen mask first, type of thing, because we want to help each other. We want to help others. But first we have to understand that our value demands respect. If someone is going to sit in front of you and say, no, that's stupid, don't do that, even though it brings you just immense joy, you need to get them out of your life, because they obviously don't care about what you want. They want to make sure that whatever the situation is looks good, because they are afraid of being judged. They are worried about not fitting the status quo. They don't matter. Who matters here? You do. You are number one. If you take care of yourself and your insides, you can move forward and light the way for others as well. It's not like a cup where you can empty that cup. Your light is your light is your light. Nobody can take that flame away from you. So shine it extra bright. Blind out all of those extra things talking to you, whether these are people in your life or your own negative self-talk. Your heart is very full, and you've got so much love to give. And there are a lot of people that want to show you love too. The people that want to shower you with encouragement and confidence and hell yeah, go for it, live your best life. Those are exactly the people that you want to surround yourself with, because that's also who you are. You deserve the love and treatment that you give to others to be given to you as well. Okay, Scorpio, don't forget that, because you are awesome. Because you've gone through so much trouble, and yet you're still here working your little tuchus off, creating this strong, stable foundation for you and all of those around you. So Scorpio, thank you for being here. I do hope this helped in any way. If something did resonate with you, or kind of ping a little, information in your brain, please let me know. It's very helpful for me to stay connected that way. And yeah, please take care and give yourself some GD credit. You're doing great.